Hi, we haven't spoken in a few days now, and I promised to keep making videos over the holidays, so I wanted to make one today because we're about halfway through the holiday period now, and we're into the thick of it really. And the things that may be challenging you at the moment are the fact that food is all over the place, that at your work or wherever you go, at your kid's school, wherever you may be, there's going to be food around. And the food that's going to be around is very alluring, both in terms of what it's made of and the way it's presented. There are also, for most people, numerous holiday parties and events at this time, and it's hard not to participate in them, so you're going to be there. And then, of course, this is going to be all capped off by Christmas and New Year's. So the main thing that I wanted to make a point of today was the idea that food is powerful. And what I mean by that is that most of us put it on ourselves if we're not good about following our strategy, meaning that we think that we're weak or we in some way fell down because we didn't do what we intended to do. But in fact, the food that's around during the holidays sends an extremely powerful message to the brain, and that sends a powerful hormonal message to the body. And it's very, very difficult to get around that message. So essentially, if these kinds of foods are in your environment, there's only so long you're going to be able to resist them, even if you're the toughest person on earth. So the analogy that I like to use in the office with my patients is if you got into a boxing ring with Muhammad Ali, and the greatest boxer of all time, and he knocked you out, you wouldn't wake up and say, oh, I'm just a weakling. What you would say is, why the heck did I ever get in the ring with Muhammad Ali? And I think that's a good way of looking at food, which is at this time of year, the presence of food, the nearness of food, is probably going to knock you out no matter how good a fighter you are. And so one of your best bets is really not to get in the ring with Muhammad Ali. So how can you do that? Well, if you're in a situation where there's a buffet, for example, you can take a small plate of food and go into the other room and stay out of the presence of food. If you're at your work, you can be proactive and ask people to take the food off the desk next to you and move it a little further away. Or you can ask people if they'll eat their food in a break room, but not in the area where you're working. If you're picking up your kids at school and there are cookies around and candy, pick them up and get out of there. But don't expect that you're going to be able to fend off these food signals for very long. So be proactive, work on your strategies, stay out of the way of food, and keep weighing yourself and keep working on trying to keep your weight stable and not increasing over the holiday period. Good luck.